We must now re-examine every single alien who has entered our country from Afghanistan under Biden, and we must take all necessary measures to ensure the removal of any alien from any country who does not belong here or add benefit to our country. If they can't love our country, we don't want them. America will never bend and never yield in the face of terror. And at the same time, we will not be deterred from the mission these service members were so nobly fulfilling.
The president is doubling down, saying, I will permanently pause migration from all third world countries to allow the U.S. system to fully recover, terminate all of the millions of Biden illegal admissions, including those signed by sleepy Joe Biden's auto pen, and remove anyone who is not a net asset to the United States. The president says he will be ending federal benefits for non-citizens, denaturalizing migrants who he says undermine domestic tranquility, and deport any foreign national who poses a security risk.
All right, guys, so this breaking news story just came out. Trump administration announces pause on asylum decisions after National Guardsman shooting. Now, if you don't know, there was a young, I think she was about 20 years old. Her name was Sarah Beckstrom, and she was unalived by an Afghani national. Let's get right into this article. The Trump administration announced on Friday that it will be pausing all asylum decisions following the shooting of the two National Guard members in Washington, D.C. earlier this year. Now, there was an older gentleman. He was hit as well, but he did not perish from his wounds that I know of. Let's get back to the article. U.S. Citizens and Immigration Services Director Jeff Edlow said all asylum decisions are being halted until we can ensure that every alien is vetted and screened to the maximum degree possible. Let me pause really quick. How is that going to happen? The announcement comes after President Donald Trump said on Thursday he would permanently pause migration from some countries. At the time, he did not specify which countries the pause would affect, but said it would apply to third world countries. Third world countries. Now, if we know one thing, we know that if ever someone's killed or unalived, Donald Trump is going in. He uses these things as an excuse. I'm not saying it's good or bad. He uses it as an excuse to really get something that he wants, that he already wanted to get done.
Oh, there's no question. First of all, our hearts go out and our thoughts and prayers go out to the family of a beautiful 20-year-old Sarah Beckstrom, who answered the call to serve her nation. And she volunteered, and she ended up being shot ambush style on the cold streets of Washington, D.C. By an individual who will now be charged with murder in the first degree. There are certainly many more charges to come, but we are upgrading the initial charges of assault to murder in the first degree. And we are hoping that the more information we can get and the more investigation that is going on 24/7 now, around the clock in Washington, the more we will find out about what actually happened in terms of this individual even being in this country and being in a position to ambush and shoot down an innocent young woman who was doing her duty to the people of this country.
All right, let me just finish this article. Additionally, the State Department has immediately paused issuing visas for travelers with Afghan passports. Secretary of State Marco Rubio posted and a statement on X saying President Trump's State Department has paused visa issuance for all individuals traveling on Afghan passports. The United States has no higher priority than protecting our nation and our people. In June, Trump issued a proclamation banning travel to the U.S. from 12 countries, most in Africa and Middle East, and imposing travel restrictions on several others. Listen. Trump is saying, I want you guys out of here. At this point, he's saying, I want you out. He even went on his X account. He posted a very happy Thanksgiving salutation to all of our great American citizens and patriots who have been so nice in allowing our country to be divided, disrupted, carved up, murdered, beaten, mugged, and laughed at. along with certain other foolish countries throughout the world, for being politically correct and just plain stupid when it comes to immigration. See, he's serious, man. He's not trying to hear it. He's not going this traditional political route. He's just saying what he wants to say. Back into his post. The official United States foreign population stands at 53 million people, the census, most of which are on welfare from failed nations or from prisons, mental institutions, gangs, or drug cartels. They and their children are supported through massive payments from patriotic American citizens who, because of their beautiful hearts, do not want to openly complain or cause trouble in any way, shape, or form. They put up with what has happened to our country, but it's been eating them. Like Trump, and you know what's crazy? We all know what's going to happen. Because Joe Biden and Kamala Harris let in all of these migrants, now Donald Trump is going to have to look like the bad guy for sending all these people out. But maybe we're just too full. Maybe we just have too many people. They're coming in, they're disrupting things, the crime is high, taking American jobs, but no one's wanting to say that. Nobody's wanting to say that because they don't want to seem, listen, I have a heart for these people as well. Don't get me wrong, I have a heart for these people. But there's a right and a wrong way to do it. And at some point you have to look at it, and you really can't blame them all the way because Joe Biden let them in. If you're looking for a better way to come up in life, a better way for your family, you're gonna try to find it. And if the president of another country says, hey, listen, you can come over here, just pop on up, of course they're gonna do it.
Why do you blame the Biden administration?
Because they let them in. Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person? Because they came on a plane along with thousands of other people that shouldn't be here, and you're just asking questions because you're a stupid person. And there's a law passed that it's almost impossible not to get them out. You can't get them out once they come in. And they came in, and they were unvetted, they were unchecked, there were many of them, and they came in on big planes, and it was disgraceful. And if you look, you'll see there was a law passed. It makes it almost impossible not to let them in, not to certify them, so to speak, once they come in. And they came in, and they shouldn't have come in. And frankly, the whole thing was a mess. The whole Afghanistan situation was a mess. It should have never taken place. If we're going to go out, and we would have gone out because I had everybody ready to go, we were going to go out with strength and dignity and precision, and we would have left from Bagram, and we would have kept Bagram, by the way, because of its very close relationship to China and where they make their missiles. But when you let the people come in by the thousands and thousands and thousands, they made a terrible mistake. But they weren't. Many of these people are criminals. Many of these people are people that shouldn't be here. And many of them have been gotten out. I mean, we've gotten out a lot of the people that, we've taken a lot of them out of here.
But
they came in
legally, right?
Yeah, I know. This deal, sorry. Many are wonderful. Yeah, I'm sure.
I said many are here legally, though. What should they think in terms of their prospects?
Well, they can't be happy, okay? They can't be happy. Because what's taking place between that, if you look at Somalia, they're taking over Minnesota, and we got a lot of problems with the gangs, with all of the things taking place in Minnesota. We have an incompetent governor, we have a dope governor. They can't be happy about what's going on. And if you talk about the Afghans, there's a problem because so many bad ones came in on the planes. They just walked in. Whoever the strongest people were physically in a way, but whoever the strongest, they got on the planes. There was no checking. They just swamped the planes. They took off. We had no idea who they were. Yeah, do you want to ask a question behind?
Me? Hi, sir. Happy
Sure.
Thanksgiving.
Hi.
What do the Somalians have to do with this Afghan guy who shot the national?
Nothing, but Somalians have caused a lot of trouble. They're ripping us off for a lot of money. There's a tremendous amount of money going back to Somalia. What the hell are we paying money to Somalia for? But they're ripping off our country at a level that few people have been able to see before. Mm-hmm. That's about the only thing. You talk about competence. We have Ilhan Omar, who does nothing but complain about our country and our Constitution. And she comes from a country with practically It's practically no country. It's devastated. It's crime-ridden. It's a mess. It's a disgrace. And we took their people at a tremendous. We're not taking their people anymore. We're not taking their people, and we're getting a lot of their people out because they're nothing but trouble. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Go ahead.
You just heard him say it. We're getting him out. Trump is gonna do anything that he possibly can. He's probably gonna go and do some corrupt stuff, even if he already hasn't started doing it already, in order to get some of these people out, if not all of them. He does not care. I stated earlier that he's using this just to, I guess, start an agenda that he already wanted to do. One of the reporters even asked him, what do the Somalis have to do with the Afghan shooter? He says absolutely nothing. But still, I got to get him out. The Democrats let them in for votes. That's what it all boils down to. They let him in for votes. The Republican Party, especially Trump, he sees that. He sees it. With that came with letting in tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of migrants. It's going to come a lot of crime, a lot of fraud, a lot of just corruption, because these people aren't held to the same standards because they're not American. They're not legal. I can do whatever I want to do and then just disappear into the darkness like Batman. But listen, everybody isn't going to take it. Every single Somali isn't going to take it. Ilhan Omar, Trump already said it. She's already speaking out about it.
Gone to aid and abet terrorism. That language is dangerous. That language puts the lives of Somalis, not only in Minnesota, but across the country, in danger. And if the president believed that, and he had evidence, he would take people to court. So we are sick and tired of the president waking up one day and deciding to put forth falsehoods and demonize whole communities, while the ignorant people that support him then take the lies that he's spreading and use it as a fact. We've seen it during the campaign where he said Asians were eating cats and dogs. We've seen his vice president repeat those lies. We've seen the media run it as a headline as if it was a fact. That is shameful. That is shameful. That is ignorant. It makes us look like a stupid nation that does not believe in truth, but traffics in lies. It makes the world mock us, and we are better than that. We are better than that as Americans.
That's it for today. On this chart, I'll try to give a nice balance of maybe personal, like dating, and then also some politics as well. As a well-rounded man, I think you should be well-versed in both, just a personal life and what's going on in your neck of the woods. Stick around. Got some more videos coming up.